The name of the person drawing last November is Edwin Castro.
We've all dreamed of winning the lottery, imagining endless luxury and the freedom to buy anything we want. But in a world where sudden wealth often leads to extravagance, some lottery winners choose a different path. Rather than indulging in opulence, they embrace a life of simplicity, living as if their millions never existed. These are the 10 lottery winners that live like they have nothing. Number 10. Michael Carroll. In a small English town, there once lived a young man named Michael Carroll. At just 19, Michael worked as a garbage collector. Life had been tough for him. His father was a convict who passed away when Michael was a child, and he endured harsh treatment from a series of stepfathers. His literacy skills were limited, and he had already served time in a youth prison. But then, a twist of fate occurred that would change Michael's life forever. He won the lottery. And not just any lottery. Michael won a jackpot of over $10 million. The winning ticket had cost him just £1, a little over $1. With his newfound wealth, Michael's life took a dramatic turn. He bought extravagant mansions where his questionable friends would gather to enjoy his lavish pool and jacuzzi. He acquired a staggering collection of 80 luxury cars and even invested over $1 million in his favorite sports team. The boy who once wore an electronic ankle tag due to past run-ins with the law was now adorned in expensive jewelry, living a life of excess beyond his wildest dreams. However, within 2 years, Michael's story took a darker turn. His behavior became increasingly antisocial, leading to trouble. On his 22nd birthday, he and his friends engaged in reckless races between their Mercedes and BMW cars, ending with several vehicles set on fire just for fun. His neighbors were far from impressed. Despite his immense wealth, these were not good times for Michael. He suspected his uncle had stolen over $120,000 from him, and his so-called friends began to feel like mere hangers-on. Not a day went by without someone asking him for money. Legal troubles mounted when he was arrested for dangerous driving after hitting several cars and fleeing the scene. To make matters worse, he was blackmailed for money, with some individuals even harming his 5 beloved dogs. Michael soon realized that being filthy rich was not as glorious as it seemed. His money was slipping away, and the lavish lifestyle was taking a toll on him. He longed for the simplicity of his former life as a garbage collector, seeking the peace that now seemed so elusive. Reflecting on his experiences, Michael once wisely remarked, "I don't look back with any regrets, that's for sure. It was 10 years of fun for £1. You can't go wrong with that. I wouldn't want to turn the clock back, but I live a good, free lifestyle now, and I'm happier because I've got my life back." With a touch of humor, he added, "People often ask me, what does it feel like to have lost all that money? I tell them, I didn't lose it, I spent it." Indeed, while some lottery winners manage their newfound riches well, others, like Michael, find themselves on a tumultuous journey. So, which other lottery winner made it to this list as people whose lifestyle contradicts their fortunes? Keep watching to find out. Number 9. Adrien and Jillian Bayford. Similarly, the tale of Adrien and Jillian Bayford, a British couple who won €190 million in the Euro Millions lottery in 2012, highlights the challenges that can come with sudden wealth. At first, they enjoyed their new riches, buying luxurious cars, grand estates, and embracing an extravagant lifestyle. However, a few years later, Jillian expressed that one of her biggest regrets was their decision to publicly announce their win. She advised future lottery winners to be wary of those who come into their lives afterward, as not all friends may have their best interests at heart. The couple's once happy marriage began to unravel, and they ultimately divorced just over a year after their life-changing win. Adrien, who had previously worked as a postman and had never been wealthy, started indulging his children. His parenting choices took a tragic turn when he allowed his 15-year-old daughter to drive luxury cars on their estate and let his 13-year-old son operate a quad bike. This recklessness led to a devastating accident when his daughter collided with his son, leaving the young boy severely injured and in need of an induced coma. Adrien was consumed with guilt over the incident, emphasizing that living like royalty was not as idyllic as it might appear. What was once a joyful and united family had fallen apart, largely due to the unforeseen consequences of wealth. In the early days of their fortune, the Bayfords had looked forward to a brighter family life, but their journey took a tragic turn. A promising windfall ultimately led to fractured relationships, a heartbreaking accident, and life-altering experiences they could never have anticipated. The lives of lottery winners are often a complex mix of dreams and difficulties. While some manage to maintain a simple life despite their newfound wealth, others discover that opulence brings its own set of challenges. Each story shows that finding happiness and fulfillment after a lottery win is a unique journey, and striking the right balance between wealth and simplicity is not always easy. While these ones put their children at risk due to sudden wealth, some other lottery winners opened a whole system for scammers to function. Number 8. Mavis Wanik. In 2017, Mavis Wanik, a 53-year-old woman, experienced a life-changing event when she won an astonishing $758,700,000 in the Massachusetts State Lottery Powerball jackpot. This moment catapulted her into the public eye and made her one of the wealthiest individuals in the nation, surpassing the wealth of most celebrities. However, Mavis didn't receive the full jackpot, as taxes reduced her windfall to approximately $336 million. The win occurred just days after Mavis casually visited the Pride Station and store, where her randomly chosen numbers 6, 7, 16, 23, 26, and the Powerball number 4 turned out to be the winning combination. Her firefighter friend, Rob, excitedly delivered the news to her, and the reality of her newfound wealth slowly began to set in. Mavis's method of selecting the winning numbers was simple and relatable. She described it as a mix of random numbers, including birthdays and other significant dates. With her incredible stroke of luck, Mavis made a bold decision. She contacted her workplace, Mercy Medical Center in Springfield, and informed them that she wouldn't be returning to work. This time around, it was not just for a short break, but permanently. This sudden wealth marked a significant departure from Mavis's previous life, which had its share of hardships. She had separated from her husband, William, in the 1990s, and he tragically passed away in 2016 after being struck by a speeding truck while waiting at a bus stop. After parting ways with William, Mavis spent 15 years in a relationship with another man named Richard. Interestingly, Richard revealed that he never proposed to Mavis, partly due to financial struggles from a previous marriage. Despite Mavis's massive windfall, Richard held no bitterness about being the former partner of a multimillionaire. The massive prize brought both opportunities and challenges. Mavis lived in Chicopee, a city in Hampton County, Massachusetts, in a modest two-bedroom apartment. However, her simplicity was short-lived, as her newfound wealth thrust her into the spotlight. Her town was flooded with people trying to locate her apartment, hoping for a share of her good fortune. The situation escalated to the point where strangers were knocking on doors throughout her neighborhood. Concerned for her safety, the police vowed to keep a close watch on her home. In an unfortunate twist, fake social media accounts emerged, each claiming to be Mavis Wanik. Unsuspecting individuals who contacted these accounts were asked to provide personal information. Some even received emails resembling the infamous African Prince scams, which promised recipients large payouts in exchange for small sums of money. These deceitful tactics preyed on those desperate for financial relief. To address these issues, the Chicopee Police Department issued a warning advising the public to avoid falling for such scams and emphasizing the importance of protecting personal information. Mavis, who initially stepped into the spotlight after her win, later regretted her decision. She realized that going public had made her a target for opportunists. Despite her desire for privacy, Massachusetts law requires all lottery winners to claim their prize publicly, making it nearly impossible to escape the overwhelming attention. Mavis's story serves as a stark reminder that sudden wealth can bring unexpected challenges. Her experience highlights the difficulties faced by lottery winners as opportunists emerge and the struggle to maintain privacy becomes an ever-elusive goal. Number 7. Manuel Franco. In 2019, Wisconsin's Manuel Franco won an astounding $768 million, just slightly more than Mavis Wanik's earlier win. Like Mavis, Manuel, a former Target store employee, quickly became the target of scammers who employed tactics almost identical to those used in scams under Mavis's name. The fraudulent schemes typically involved requests for personal information and small sums of money in exchange for promised payouts. Reports indicate that many individuals lost thousands of dollars after falling for these scams. One person shared their experience saying, "I received a message claiming I was to receive $50,000 from Manuel Franco. I was tricked into providing my driver's license number and social security number. I fell for it, and now I'm really worried about what they might do to others." Another individual explained that they initially sent $200 to the scammers to activate their supposed winnings. They were then told that the Internal Revenue Service required an additional $3,000 for them to receive the $50,000. Reflecting on why they were duped, they said, "Because of the coronavirus-19 pandemic, I was desperate for money." Before Manuel collected his $336 million after taxes, he had been striving to save just $1,000. At the time, he was 24 years old. He mentioned that he had purchased the winning ticket at a Speedway gas station near Milwaukee and had an unusual feeling of luck that day. He even felt like winking at the gas station attendant. When the first numbers came out, Manuel felt pretty happy to have won $4. But as more of his numbers matched, his heart started racing. "I screamed for about 5 or 10 minutes. Good thing my neighbors didn't hear," he said. It all felt like a dream, but once the reality set in, Manuel resolved not to become one of those people who squandered their fortune. He planned to take some vacations and help his family members pay for college. However, by law, he wasn't allowed to remain anonymous. His lawyer advised him to deal with the media attention quickly and then disappear. Manuel followed that advice, but had to move out of town due to the harassment he faced afterward. Manuel's fate seems good. But what about others? While some lottery winners delve into sudden fame, this next lottery winners choose privacy over fame. Number 6. Marvin and Maya Costa. Marvin and Maya Costa, one of the 3 winners who shared the historic $1,580 million Powerball jackpot, approached their windfall with notable caution and methodical planning. The couple's careful preparation, legal strategy, and strong desire for privacy distinguished them from many other lottery winners. Despite holding the winning ticket with numbers 48, 19, 27, 34, and Powerball number 10, they didn't immediately step forward to claim their prize. This deliberate delay wasn't due to uncertainty, but was instead part of a well-thought-out strategy. The Acostas understood the significant financial and legal implications of their win, so they spent months assembling a legal team and establishing a solid financial plan before making their claim. This level of shrewd planning ensured they could protect their interests and manage their newfound wealth wisely. However, even the Acostas weren't immune to scammers who sought to exploit their success. Fake emails and scams emerged, attempting to impersonate the couple and deceive people into parting with their money. These scams often involved elaborate stories about the couple's supposed overseas relocation and offered fake donations. The real Marvin and Maya Costa remained committed to maintaining a low profile, even after the legal requirement to publicly announce their win. They declined offers to appear on television or participate in media interviews. Their financial prudence also extended to their charitable efforts, which were carried out with great discretion. They established a legitimate charity fund, made donations to causes they cared about, and provided assistance to those in need. However, all these actions were conducted quietly and without fanfare. To this day, the whereabouts of Marvin and Maya Costa remain largely unknown, and their decision to remain private has contributed to their enigmatic status. In a rare statement, they conveyed, "While we are very grateful for the wonderful wishes and encouragement we've received, it is not our intention to become public figures, and we ask for and appreciate privacy going forward." The story of Marvin and Maya Costa underscores the importance of thoughtful planning and discretion when navigating the complexities of sudden wealth, as well as the ability to make a meaningful impact while staying out of the spotlight. These next lottery winners still live like they are broke, regardless of their wealth. Why? Let's find out. Number 5. David Kaltschmidt and Maureen Smith. Part of the famous Powerball triumvirate that won a jaw-dropping $1,580,000,000, David and Maureen Smith managed their newfound fortune in a notably modest manner. While they didn't attract much attention after their historic win, their approach was strikingly low-key. Reportedly, the couple did their best to keep a low profile following the windfall, choosing to remain in their residence in Melbourne Beach, Florida, without embarking on an extravagant spending spree. David, who was 56 at the time of their win, decided to upgrade to a new SUV, although it was nothing overly opulent. Maureen, at 71, splurged on a Tesla worth $90,000. These purchases seemed to be the extent of their extravagant spending. A friend of the couple disclosed that despite having hundreds of millions at their disposal, David and Maureen maintained their conservative lifestyle. This friend shared, "They have hundreds of millions burning a hole in their pocket, but it's almost as if nothing has changed. They are as conservative as ever." David and Maureen had already been together for 31 years before their life-changing victory, and they chose to stick to the values and principles that had served them well over the years. Reports indicate that they helped their close family members, but refrained from extravagant or ostentatious purchases, making their intent to remain grounded after their win clear. Nevertheless, this doesn't mean their lottery success was without its share of stress. David reportedly experienced significant stress and difficulty sleeping, leading to a 10-pound weight loss. The story of David and Maureen Smith demonstrates that even when presented with an astonishing windfall, some individuals prioritize staying true to their values and way of life, all while embracing the responsibility and challenges that come with newfound wealth. What do you think of David and Maureen's approach to life despite their win? Was it the best option? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Number 4. Joe and Jess Thit. Joe and Jess Thit were an unassuming couple in their 40s who found themselves as the second largest lottery winners in British history. They amassed a jaw-dropping sum of £184,026,299. This is equivalent to more than $217 million. This monumental windfall propelled them into a financial league, surpassing even some of the top-earning footballers in the United Kingdom. What makes their story even more extraordinary is that their life-altering win came from a randomly selected lucky dip. Contrary to what might be expected of newly affluent individuals, Joe and Jess took a different route. Instead of splurging on high-end sports cars or reveling in extravagant lifestyles, their first purchase was a modest pre-owned Volvo, costing under $50,000. The couple was later seen driving this vehicle to their nearly $800,000 home. However, speculation soon arose that they might sell their current home to invest in a countryside estate valued at over $7 million. This estate included a tennis court, swimming pool, expansive gardens, guest accommodations, a stable, a game room, and even a gym. Their focus was clear. They were not interested in amassing a fleet of luxury cars or flaunting their wealth. Rather, Joe and Jess aimed to build a comfortable, fulfilling life while exploring the globe. They openly discussed plans to embark on a worldwide adventure, likely in premium comfort. Their decision to avoid flashy displays of wealth garnered admiration from the British press. One article praised them, stating, "Their choice not to spend lavishly on sports cars or alcohol speaks volumes about their character." In a society where many lottery winners choose to keep their newfound wealth under wraps, the Thwaites decided to be open about their fortune. They felt that living a double life would be too burdensome and chose to embrace their riches publicly. Although their journey as millionaires was just beginning, early indications suggested that they would manage their newfound wealth with grace and modesty. Joe and Jess Thwaite's experience offers a refreshing perspective on how winning the lottery can lead to personal growth and a life lived with dignity and humility. So, what other lottery winners who live like they are broke made it to this list? Stay tuned as we unveil these details. Number 3. Evelyn Adams. Evelyn Marie Adams is an American who became famous for her extraordinary luck in the lottery. She won the New Jersey lottery twice within 2 years, in 1985 and 1986. She amassed a combined fortune of over $5,400,000. Both winnings were issued as mandatory annuities. Despite her remarkable luck, Adams, a compulsive gambler, lost much of her fortune at casinos in Atlantic City and through a series of failed business ventures. Adams, who worked as a clerk in a convenience store and lived in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey, gradually increased her lottery spending over the years, going from $25 a week to $100 weekly. Her persistence paid off when she won 2 separate multi-million-dollar jackpots just 4 months apart. The first, worth $3,900,000 in October 1985, and the second was valued at $1,400,000 in February 1986. This made her the first individual in New Jersey lottery history to win multiple million-dollar prizes. At the time, among the 22 states with lotteries, none had seen a 2-time winner. The odds of winning the first jackpot were 1 in 3.2 million, and the second, 1 in 5.2 million. Both jackpots were paid out on an annuity basis, with Adams receiving $218,000 annually after a 20% tax deduction. Following her initial win, Adams used her newfound wealth to pay off debts, establish a college fund for her daughter, purchase a new car, and give gifts to her loved ones. After doubling her lottery ticket purchases to $100 per week post-win, Adams eventually declared, "I'm going to quit playing," after her second major victory. However, her newfound fame left her feeling as though she had lost her privacy, with many people recognizing her wherever she went. While some of her friends and family were happy for her success, others harbored resentment. Adams initially planned to use her winnings to pursue a music education and eventually open a music store, but postponed those dreams. Instead, she bought and later sold the convenience store where she had worked. Despite her generosity in giving away substantial portions of her winnings, Adams eventually became more selective about the many requests for money she received. Unfortunately, even when money was lent, many recipients did not feel obliged to repay their debts. By 2012, Adams had lost her entire fortune, primarily due to her gambling habits at Atlantic City casinos and a series of poor business decisions. This next person might be the worst lottery winner's story you might hear. Keep watching. Number 2. William Budd Post. William Budd Post. The third thought his troubles were over when he won $16,200,000 in the Pennsylvania lottery in 1988. However, his windfall quickly turned into a nightmare. Despite not having a pilot's license, Budd impulsively bought a plane. He also tried to help his siblings by funding a restaurant and a used car business. But these ventures failed. Things took a turn for the worse when his former girlfriend, who was also his landlady, sued him for 1/3 of his winnings. Budd refused to pay, leading a judge to freeze his assets. His relationships with family members deteriorated, with Budd even alleging that one of his brothers attempted to hire a hitman to kill him. As if things couldn't get any worse, a repo man came to take away Budd's car. In a moment of desperation and poor judgment, Budd opened fire on the man, an act that led to his arrest and time in jail. Ultimately, Budd's fortune dwindled away, and he ended up relying on Social Security disability payments to survive. He passed away at the age of 66, a stark reminder of how sudden wealth can sometimes bring more harm than good. So, who tops this list of lottery winners who live like they are broke? Keep watching to find out. Number 1. Janet Lee. Janet Lee, a South Korean immigrant, experienced a life-changing moment when she won $18 million in the Illinois lottery in 1993. However, just 8 years later, she found herself filing for bankruptcy with less than $700 in her bank account and over $2,500,000 in debt. While Janet's intentions were noble, her generosity ultimately led to her financial downfall. Janet's charitable spirit was evident as she donated substantial amounts to educational, political, and social causes. However, her giving nature was so extensive that it quickly depleted her fortune. In addition to her charitable contributions, Janet's gambling habit also played a significant role in her financial decline, reportedly costing her more than $300,000 annually. Despite her dwindling funds, Janet's generosity did not waver. She made a notable donation of $1 million to Washington University in 2001 for the construction of a new library. By the time her fortune had evaporated, her selflessness had benefited many, though it left her in a dire financial situation. Janet's story serves as a reminder that while generosity is a virtue, it needs to be balanced with financial prudence. Her tale of fortune and loss underscores the importance of managing newfound wealth wisely, even when the desire to give back is strong. And that's it on lottery winners who live like they are broke. While this is a deliberate choice for some others have no other option. What do you think of these guys and the decisions they made with their wins? What better choice could they have made? And what will you do if you one day win the lottery? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video. Please do well to like, subscribe, and share. See you in the next one.